So in Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, great Mr. Micro Thumbs has ASD. Number one, grade 4, grade 2 is deviated and even large also. Grade 2 is deviated also and even large also is there. Grade Mr. for mental retardation, which is now known as intellectual disability. Grade Mr. Micro Thumbs has ASD. Micro for microcephaly, thumbs for broad thumbs. Now very importantly, B for broad thumbs, B for beaked nose. This also they ask in exam. This syndrome is specifically associated with beaked nose. If I show you the picture, this one. Now this nose of the patient over here is beaked nose. This picture we have over here is beaked nose. Remember that, okay? So great Mr. Micro Thumbs has ASD, thumbs for broad thumbs and B for beaked nose. And also, this is one very beautiful point. You also see the fingertip pads. In the fingertips, basically, you have the pads because the little bit of fat is there. So fingertip having this little pads, like it means little fat deposition is there in the fingertips. And that is also seen in one syndrome known as Kabuki syndrome. In a case of Kabuki syndrome, also remember you have the fingertip pads. And great Mr. Micro Thumbs has ASD. So the most common congenital heart is atrial septal defect. A for atrial septal defect, A for autosomal dominant inheritance condition, extra point, and the patient will have an anti-mongoloid slant. Very important table viva question. What is mongoloid slant? What is anti-mongoloid slant? If the patient has an upward deviation of eyeballs like this, if there is a upward deviation of eyeballs like that, this is known as mongoloid slant, which basically it is seen in Down syndrome, MCQ. So lot of other syndrome also you see, but remember guys, mongoloid slant you see in a case of Down syndrome, and anti-mongoloid like this, like a downward deviation of the eyeballs, anti-mongoloid slant, that you see in a case of Rubinstein Taybi syndrome and other syndrome also there. For main is right now is Rubinstein Taybi syndrome. And very importantly, chromosome number 16 is involved. This also it's a very beautiful point. So 16, chromosome number 16 is involved. Remember that. That is also important. I wanted to show you this picture where I'm telling this Rubinstein Taybi syndrome na 16th, like the chromosome number 16 issue is there. Now this is a very beautiful picture from Nelson, where basically I just want to show you the chromosome numbers. We all know that Angelman syndrome, Prader-Willi syndrome, uniparental disomies usually involve the chromosome number 15. Chromosome number 16 we have is, so chromosome number 15 is Angelman syndrome. Chromosome 16 is Rubinstein Taybi syndrome. Chromosome number 20, very important, Allegili syndrome, where butterfly shaped vertebra and the problem in the bile duct paucity, like basically the bile duct is not flowing properly, and that's why the patient will have cholestasis. So bile duct paucity and cholestasis and butterfly shaped vertebra are the only main highlighters for Allegili syndrome. And chromosome 22, the chromosome number 22 or 22q11 deletion, we all know that is Dye-George syndrome. So just wanted to have a show you this, which is something like very connecting. Chromosome number 15 is Angelman syndrome, 16 is Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, 17th is Smith-Magenis syndrome, and one more 17 also we have Miller-Dieker syndrome, but very rarely I have not seen any question on these two. But definitely Angelman, Rubinstein Taybi, Allegili, Dye-George, they are like always very favorite question. So chromosome number 15 we have is Angelman syndrome, 16 is Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, 20 is Allegili syndrome, and 22 is Dye-George catch 22. Dye-George syndrome. And also very importantly in Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, we have two gene mutation. This also star mark MCQ they ask in exam. The patient will have a CRE, very importantly, yes, the patient will have a CRE double PP. So CRE double BP. So CRE double PP mutation, 55% of mutation cases are seen because of this one. That is very important, CRE double BP mutation. And 8% basically you see in a case of EP300 mutation. There are other mutations also, but main is CRE double BP, which is 55% cases we have seen, and EP300 mutation in 8% of cases. And the main Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, like the classical typical features are associated with CRE double BP variant, whereas the milder phenotype it is associated with EP300 variant. So this is a mutation. Okay, some book have written CRB gene mutation, some have written CRE gene mutation. Even I read CBP gene mutation. There also somewhere I had seen like that. So it's all same, and that is Rubinstein Taybi syndrome. Please don't forget that. And yes, very importantly, the patient has a anti-mongoloid slant. If there is a upward deviation of eyeballs, that is a mongoloid slant seen in Down syndrome. An anti-mongoloid slant that you see in a case of, like, multiple are there. I'll tell you, the mnemonic is there. Right now it is Rubinstein Taybi syndrome. And yes, the patient very importantly has a broad thumbs. The patient has broad thumbs. So I told you, beaked nose is something I told you. High arch eyebrows and low set ears. Low set ears, so 1,000 syndromes are associated with low set ears. Low set ears is part of a coarse faces. It is a part of a coarse faces, basically. That's it. Done. Ajay, this is very interesting. I asked you just now a question. Fingertip pads. Little pad of fat is there in the fingertips. Where else do you see apart from Rubinstein Taybi syndrome? You see in a case of Kabuki syndrome. Now, what is the triad of Kabuki syndrome? Kabuki syndrome, this one. Let me show you Kabuki syndrome. Right now, this is the Kabuki. Number one, the patient very importantly will have a fingertip of pad of fat is there. Fingertips will have kind of a padding. So that is one thing is there. I have number two, anti-mongoloid slant, which right now you can appreciate with a downward deviation. Very importantly, downward deviation of the eyeballs. So very importantly, remember Kabuki syndrome, the patient will have a so yes, definitely we have prominent fingertip of fats. That is one thing. Long palpebral fissure, like this eyes, basically. Very importantly, this is a long palpebral fissure. Okay, long palpebral fissure and eversion of the lateral portion of the lower eyelid. Lower eyelid lateral portion, there is eversion. One is inversion, this is eversion. So yes, very importantly, we have long palpebral fissure, eversion of the lateral portion of the lower eyelid, and prominent fingertip of fats. So this is Kabuki syndrome, important for the exam purpose that you should know. One question was there, any other syndrome you see anti-mongoloid slant? Just now I told you, in a case of Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, you see anti-mongoloid slant. Just now I told you Kabuki syndrome is associated with anti-mongoloid slant. So a naughty teacher keeps the rules. A naughty teacher keeps the rules. Ends for Noonan syndrome and T for Treacher-Collins syndrome. So we have Noonan syndrome, T for Treacher-Collins syndrome. So a naughty teacher keeps the rules. So N for Noonan syndrome, T for Treacher-Collins syndrome, K for Kabuki syndrome, and R for Rubinstein Taybi syndrome. Now, these are the important syndromes associated very importantly for what? Regarding this only, that what you called for anti-mongoloid slant. Mongoloid slant was associated with Down syndrome, and anti-mongoloid slant is associated with these syndromes. A naughty teacher keeps the rules. And for anti-mongoloid slant, N for Noonan syndrome, T for Treacher-Collins syndrome, K for Kabuki syndrome, and R for Rubinstein Taybi syndrome. Okay, so these are important points. Okay, okay. Then again, causes of microcephaly. So Rubin and Smith family were crying. R for Rubinstein Taybi syndrome, Smith for Smith-Lemeli-Opitz syndrome, F for familial, C for Cry-do-Chat syndrome. Rubin and Smith family were crying. Why? Because they wanted to eat corn at the Pattaya beach. E for Edwards syndrome, corn for Cornelia de Lange syndrome, and P for Patau syndrome.